Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Nandgopan.
Yes, sir.
Please sit down
Thank you, sir.
and introduce yourself very briefly.
Yes. So my name is Nandgopan. I am from Chengannur in Alappuzha district of Kerala. I did my schooling from Chengannur itself and graduation from Government Medical College, Kottayam. Since then, I worked in de-addiction department of government's Vimukti scheme in Pathanamthitta district for 2 years. Then as a medical officer in a primary health center in Pathanamthitta district. And currently, I am working as a medical officer in district mental health program in Pathanamthitta district, sir.
Very good. You are a medicine. Oh, you are an MBBS, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. There will be a question, a doctor trying to shift to bureaucracy, any particular strong reason. We'll come to that.
Yes, sir.
Pradeep.
Nandgopan, you are a doctor. Can you tell me what is the ratio of doctors and population the WHO has recommended?
WHO has recommended at least 1:1,000 for, that is one doctor for
And
at least.
how we are lacking?
So currently we are doing better in that sense. We have 1:832 in the, according to the ministry.
Can you name 1 or 2, 3 countries where this ratio is much higher than the WHO has recommended?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware of that.
Okay. What is the difference in a PHC and CHC?
Sir, a primary health center will not have inpatient facility. That is, there will be only OP facility, outpatient facility, and lab facilities. Whereas a community health center will have inpatient facility. They'll
How
have,
many government hospitals are in Kerala?
So we have general hospitals. I'm not aware of the numbers.
Total hospitals, urban and rural, all the hospitals.
Sorry, sir. I'm not aware of the number.
You remember, it says 6, 7, it is thousands there. Okay, what is the Silver Line project in Kerala and why it made lot of controversy?
Yes, sir. So, due to the infrastructural bottlenecks in Kerala, Silver Line project is actually a fast-moving train that is connecting the capital city of Trivandrum.
What is the speed of the train has been fixed?
It says that to connect Trivandrum to Kasaragod, which is 600 kilometers away, it will take only 6 hours maximum.
I think 4 hours. It will connect Thiruvananthapuram to Kasaragod.
Yes, sir.
How many stations are there prominent?
There will be 10 stations in between.
Okay, what was the controversy of this project?
So, the
The
main
opposition is saying, the ruling government is saying another thing.
Yes.
What the controversy arose out of this project?
So the main controversy was regarding to the land acquisition with regard to Silver Line, because Silver Line is entirely a new alignment when compared to the existing railway line. So they'll have to acquire homes.
What
offices.
about the cost controversy? It was also a major controversy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What that controversy was?
So the cost which would have to be borne by the state government, which would have to be taken by loans, was also a controversy, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware of the exact figure.
Are you aware this is a joint project of which government?
Yes, Kerala will have to take loan from the Japan Development Agency also.
Okay, anthropology was your subject.
No, sir. My optional was Malayalam literature.
But here they have mentioned anthropology. Okay, they have mentioned it. Can you tell me, slavery, many social problems in Kerala, slavery was one of the problems.
Yes, sir.
When was the slavery was abolished in Kerala? And still there is caste slavery in Kerala?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall the exact date. And to an extent, slavery is there in Kerala with regard to lower caste and with regard to scheduled tribes. We have seen instances of scheduled tribes being beaten by the upper caste even till the last month. So yes, there are instances of slavery still existing.
This is a major issue.
Yes,
One
sir.
more issue in the Kerala, we see the Kerala people are very educated, women are educated. You will see all over India they are working. The nurses come in the hospitals also. They are from Kerala. But what is the cause? The domestic violence in Kerala is higher.
So one thing is that the society or the patriarchal society in Kerala still thinks that.
That is everywhere in India. Why it is higher in Kerala?
So especially towards the southern districts, dowry and all is still considered a normalcy even after so many years. So dowry harassment is a major issue in Kerala. Second issue I think is that alcoholism is on a rise when compared to other states in Kerala. So alcohol addiction and related violence is also a major issue, sir.
My last question to you, how long is the coastal line of Kerala?
Sir, if I am allowed to make a guess, it is 600 kilometers.
a matrilineal society with patriarchal mindset. How do you explain this?
So historically, Kerala had a matrilineal society, but as the society is changing now, it is moving to a patriarchal society, especially towards the southern parts of the state. For example, maximum number of dowry-related deaths and suicides are in Kollam district, which is
What is causing this change of mindset?
so when the woman is acquiring more education, woman is pressing for more freedom, the society is still not able to accept that, especially some parts of the society. So I think that is causing a friction between the two sides.
Any other factor you can think of?
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay. What do you think is the role of mitochondrial DNA in evolution?
Mitochondrial DNA carries the DNA from the mother's side. So if there is any disease in the mother's DNA, it can be transferred to the offspring via mitochondrial DNA. So if you can take that from the father's chromosome, then we can avoid that.
Can it help me in tracing the genealogy of a person?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall.
How you have decided, how we found that certain group of people migrated from Africa and they came to India. Now, what are the factors which help me in understanding and establishing these things?
So one thing would be, like you said, the genetics of the persons who are coming from there.
No, which part of genetics?
So if you're talking about the chromosomes,
Genetics is chromosomes.
sorry, sir, I'll look into that, sir.
Okay. Tell me, India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, they became independent almost at the same time. But the economic development in all the three countries are at three different pedestals. Can you explain me the reason behind?
Yes, sir. First, if you're talking about India, we had a very good constitution which were drafted by the constitution makers. Our polity was comparatively stronger when compared to the other two. If you're talking about Pakistan, there were military incursions. Military was taking up the power. They had terrorist infiltration from.
They had no constitution?
There is
Because when you are comparing, take the same parameter for all the three countries.
okay, sir. So you're talking about the polity, we had a comparatively stable polity when compared to the other two. For example, in Sri Lanka, they had to tackle the Tamil issue. They do not still have a constitution which is inclusive of everyone. And same with Pakistan, sir. The military was trying
Can
to.
you qualify your answer? You said that the polity is not inclusive of everyone.
In Sri Lanka, sir. In Sri Lanka, the polity is not inclusive of everyone because the Tamils are still fighting, or the northern provinces.
Is it a recent phenomenon or it has come after 1948?
So ever since 1948, the Tamils have been fighting for their inclusion, especially in the 1980s and all. But even now, they haven't been provided.
But how that has affected the development?
Because of that, the northern provinces are still, compared to the other provinces in Sri Lanka, they are lagging behind in development compared to the other parts of Sri Lanka, sir.
Okay. Anything to do with the planning? Because when we are talking of economy, then polity is, yes, it is one of the factors, but it is not the only factor.
Yes, yes, sir. We had the planning commissions from the post-independence itself, which has been replaced by Niti Aayog recently. Sri Lanka didn't have a proper planning setup since independence. Likewise with Pakistan, even though their economy was going good after the independence, but when the military took power, the planning process was thrown into disarray. So even their economic growth was affected. I think these are the reasons.
What is your opinion on Uniform Civil Code? Should it be implemented or should it be in phased manner?
So, Uniform Civil Code, I think it should not be forced upon the population. It is needed in the society as we gradually progress, but I think it should come from the society itself. We should give awareness about the need of a Uniform Civil Code, and once the society itself demands, I think we should move forward with that, sir. So, I think right now it is not the time to impose Uniform Civil Code on the population, sir.
And what is CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act 2019? Why it is not implemented so far?
The Citizenship Amendment Act aimed at giving citizenship to minorities who are facing persecution in our neighboring countries. It wasn't given a go. It wasn't given a it wasn't given the power because many groups protested when we are differentiating people on the basis of religion, sir. So if you want to move forward, I think we have to treat everyone equally. If any religious group is facing persecution in the neighboring country, I think we should be able to give them citizenship, sir.
But in India and Pakistan, would it apply? Because the division of Hindustan was taken place on certain pretext.
Yes, sir. But if we are giving citizenship to certain religious groups, then it would upset other religious groups because we are violating the constitutional principle of equality, sir. So I think if you are going to grant citizenship to any group, it should be based on certain parameters other than religion, sir.
Tell me, when the medical doctors get graduated, they take oath for ethics, following the ethics in their profession. But nowadays there are many issues which are faced by the society regarding the treatment provided by the doctors.
Yes, sir.
So in your opinion, what changes can be brought in so that the situation can further improve?
So one thing we can do is that we can reform the medical education curriculum so that communication skills, ethical decision making and all is taught in the curriculum. Because when I was studying as a student, it was not taught to me. I had to learn everything from the field. So students can be given a practice regarding that. Second, I think there's a new practice where medical students are actually asked to adopt a family. So I think that is a good practice when they keep interacting with the family throughout their educational period. I think that will improve their mindsets. Third, there should be a strict code of conduct for doctors, for example, regarding pharmaceutical products, the incentives that they can take, especially in government sector, sir. So if we combine these three, I think we can have actually achieve a more ethical standards, sir.
Ajanet, tell me, presently we have some medical insurance policies which are taken from different agencies. So what are the issues which you see in present system and what improvement should be brought in so that it becomes more comprehensive and people are in a position to make use of it?
Yes. So first and foremost, I think the insurance penetration itself should increase. It should be affordable to the entire population. Secondly, people are not aware of what are the prices being charged by various private hospitals for example, say about medical implants or devices. So they should be able to be aware, they should be able to make informed choices regarding the treatments because they are paying the premium. And third, the government should conduct regular inspections in hospitals, how much they are charging, what are the premiums and what are the different rates. So if you can combine this, I think it would be more useful for the population, sir.
A very quick clarification because my mind got a bit confused.
Yes.
This mitochondrial DNA,
Yes.
what role they play in physiology?
So mitochondria is the
No,
store.
DNA. No, I'm talking of mitochondrial DNA. I know what mitochondria do.
Yes. The offsprings inherit the mitochondrial DNA from
Agreed.
the
What role they play? DNA. What role the DNA plays?
DNA codes for certain proteins in
No,
those.
mitochondrial DNA.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll look into that. Yes.
And what is that DNA? What is the difference between mitochondrial DNA and the main DNA?
I'm sorry, sir. I will read that.
No problem. Medical profession was always considered in society as a noble profession.
Yes, sir.
Do we still consider medical profession as noble?
Yes, sir. I think medical profession is still considered a noble profession.
And what are the defects which are coming into that profession?
So one thing is that there is a profit mindset coming into certain people's minds when we are talking about medical profession. Medical profession is at the same time a profession and a service. So once the balance is tilted, I think that will create problem.
Don't you think there is an over emphasis on profit today than service, especially in the private sector? I'm not talking about the government hospitals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's definitely an emphasis. For example,
I heard so many stories that during COVID, the private hospitals literally were robbing patients.
yes, sir. Since we haven't capped the prices that private hospitals can charge, there is an issue. I know that private hospitals sometimes fix targets for the doctors that they have to make this much inpatient appointments, or they have to see this much patients, they have to send this much patients to the lab and so on. So yes, private hospitals are sometimes profit minded, and that is creating
Just now
it.
you spoke about insurance,
Yes, sir.
health insurance. Because we as a country, when people were talking about comprehensive social security in different societies, we did not adopt the system of comprehensive social security, right? Which also includes health. But then we provided a lot of incentives to the individuals to acquire such insurance policies. What was done in the last budget which goes against that spirit?
Are you talking about this budget or?
This budget, the budget which is the current budget exactly.
So if you are talking about the tax incentives.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sir.
Yes, because tax incentive was one of the tools which incentivized people to go for insurance.
Yes.
And we have taken away those, at least still I think it might probably be amended.
Yes, sir.
But the proposal is to take away those incentives. Good idea?
I personally don't think so. It's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. My colleague has a fascination with why terrorism is kind of growing in Pakistan. I remember at one point, in fact, a very well-known international leader said that when you have snakes in your backyard, you cannot work on the assumption that they will only bite your neighbors. They will also start biting you. Yes? That was said with reference to Pakistan's support for radicalization. Yes?
Yes.
Tell me how far you agree with this statement that when you have snakes in the backyard, it's a very wide statement. Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir. If you are not taking care of the terrorists at present, for example,
Radicalization.
radicalization.
Because she was talking about all kinds of groups.
Yes, sir.
And radicalization can lead to terrorism.
Yes, sir.
Right? Radicalization is the raw material
Yes, sir.
which can convert into terrorism then.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, was a statement Pakistan specific or it was meant for everyone? Please don't promote snakes in your backyard.
I think even though she meant that in the context of Pakistan, I think
it applies to everyone?
it applies to everyone, sir.
All right, close your eyes and tell me, are we also ignoring some snakes in the backyard?
We are not deliberately.
No, radicalization. Those are still small snakes. They may become bigger snakes now.
Yes.
And in many places, they did become big snakes, and then we had to control them. Then again, they are now small snakes.
Yes, sir. In the past, I think we didn't pay enough attention to the
In
things.
terms of the raw material for snakes, are we ignoring the raw material at some points?
So I think we had to pay more attention to the radicalization through, say, social media. We had to pay emphasis on the employment opportunities for the youth that falls prey to the social
So
media.
catch the snakes when they are small,
Yes.
right? All right. Otherwise, they'll bite you. Yeah. Thanks.